And then there were two. Chiefs and Eagles getting set to face off a week from today in Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. A rematch from 2 years ago, a great game won by Kansas City. If KC takes this one, it'll be the first time a team has won 3 titles in a row. A Philly win boosts Jalen Hurts' stock and caps a phenomenal first season in Philly for Saquon Barkley. We've got both teams covered with Sal Paolantonio and Michelle Steele.
In my one-on-one conversation with Nick Sirianni, he told me the message to this football team remains the same, and it remains simple. 3 words: tough details together. They have it on a t-shirt. They put it on sweatshirts. They think about it all the time. Toughness, take the ball away. They have 10 takeaways, no turnovers in the postseason. Details, make sure they're watching film so they can figure out what the Chiefs are doing on 3rd down and how to get Patrick Mahomes off the field in the 4th quarter, and then together. He said the number one thing that has impressed him about this football team is its togetherness, and that's going to help them during Super Bowl week in New Orleans.
The Chiefs are just about ready to head out of the team facility and take the first step on the final chapter of their road to a three-peat. And here in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes declared just over 11 months ago, we're going for that three-peat. And as much as this team desires to make history and get their 3rd ring, I can tell you they are just as motivated to get a ring for the veterans. Yes, there are some players in Kansas City who still don't have one, notably 32-year-old veteran wideout DeAndre Hopkins, traded midseason, of course, to the Chiefs. He's been in the league 12 years. He has never been this far in the postseason. And 29-year-old running back Kareem Hunt on his 2nd stint, of course, in Kansas City. He's a close teammate of Patrick Mahomes. He told us he couldn't even watch 2 of the Chiefs' Super Bowl appearances because he wasn't sure it would ever happen for him. He said he still doesn't feel very real. Well, it'll feel very real very soon. The game plan is in, and the Chiefs have every intention of making history in just 1 week.
All righty. Herm Edwards, Mike Tannenbaum in the house. Mike T, starting with you. We always talk about Philly's run game, but how important will KC's run game be against the Eagles?
It's massive. During the regular season, Jay, Kansas City averaged roughly 31 minutes of time possession, 6th best in the league. You want to slow down Saquon Barkley? Have him watch the game. Have him watch Kareem Hunt right here, number 29. Isaiah Pacheco has been the more talented back, but he's been banged up. I think if Kareem Hunt gets going early, it will impact the game because that will not allow what Philly wants to do, which is to dominate with their own run game. Kareem Hunt is a big factor, especially early in this game.
Yeah, Mike brings a great point up, and you think about the Philadelphia Eagles, this is where Jalen Carter has to come in. I mean, he's a game wrecker. I mean, he's a good penetrator. They play a 3-4 defense, and he can penetrate the line of scrimmage along with Williams and a cast of others, but they got to stop this run of Kansas City. That's very, very important because they do a nice job of really getting after the quarterback, especially when it comes to passing situations. They can rush you with 4 guys, play 7 in coverage. That poses a problem, and they take the ball away. I mean, this is a good football team when you come on takeaways.
You know, Herm, the other X factor to me is Patrick Mahomes running the ball. Guys, he has 581 rushing yards in his career in the postseason and 7 touchdowns. So Jalen Carter is a great player, but they have to be disciplined in their rush lanes because not only do you want to stop Kareem Hunt, but what Patrick Mahomes can do with his legs as well may be a big factor, Jay.
A week away from this thing, KC, a 1.5-point favorite. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
I've never had a team that I didn't believe could win the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs Kingdom will raise a banner, champions of Super Bowl 58.
And I'm going to do whatever I can to be back in this game next year, trying to go for that three-peat.
Mahomes gunning it long. Touchdown!
Attitude and effort every single play.
Mahomes is into the end zone.
My goal at the end of the year is to win the Super Bowl, and nothing else matters.
You know, it was a monumental trade overnight when we were talking about the Super Bowl 50 minutes into the program with our coach, Herm Edwards, and front office insider Mike Tannenbaum in studio. All right, guys, so Luka, AD, what are we thinking? No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about...
Yeah, don't go there. Don't go there. I'm a Laker fan, so don't even go there.
Let's talk about what's going down Super Sunday, and let's help me fill in the blanks. Coach, going to start with you. Patrick Mahomes needs blank than any other teammate to show up.
He needs the running game to show up when you think about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to slow that Philadelphia Eagle D-line down.
Sure.
And you're talking about Hunt Pacheco. I mean, these guys kind of get underrated. The run game. You know, Andy Reid's an old offensive line coach, and he wants to run the ball. He wants to control the line of scrimmage, and this is what you're going to have to do against a really good front in the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
Carter, that fella Carter. Have those guys understand that we're going to run the ball too. We're not going to just come back here and throw passes. So I think the run game has to benefit them.
Yeah, and for me, Gary, it's Joe Thuney to Herm's point. We got to slow down that great Philadelphia pass rush. And probably Joe Thuney only had 210 snaps at left tackle this season. He was a guard, which we're looking at here. The Chiefs have tried everything over the last 2 years. Nothing has worked. They slide a guard out to tackle, and he's done a good job. I think we all know that Patrick Mahomes is Superman. The only thing that can slow him down are guys like Nolan Smith and Josh Sweat. And to Joe Thuney's credit, he has been very functional and productive at left tackle. If he does that well next Sunday, Gary, that bodes well for the Chiefs.
Okay. Coach mentioning how the Chiefs running game needs to help contribute to this offensive attack. We know on that other sideline, it is going to be on the shoulders and the quads of Saquon Barkley to get this thing done for the Eagles. That being said, Mike T, who on the KC side could possibly disrupt what Saquon might get going?
Gary, it all starts with Chris Jones, the Hall of Famer. Quick interior pressure, also be able to really handle that line of scrimmage with a very good offensive line. Philadelphia, they're banged up. We don't know about Cam Jurgens or Landon Dickerson yet, but Gary, since Steve Spagnuolo has been with the Chiefs, 18 consecutive postseason games, the opposition has not had a 100-yard rusher. That bodes well for Kansas City, but it all starts up front with Chris Jones.
Well, in the back of Chris Jones, obviously, is Tranquill and Bolton. Those are the two linebackers. They have to be good tacklers because, look, Saquon's going to hit, some runs. And once he gets through that, those linebackers have to be very, very good tacklers when you think about what they need to do to try to stop the run game of obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles.
You got to assume it like this. It's going to certainly take a village to stop what Saquon Barkley has going on right now. The best football player probably in this game. ESPN projections giving the Eagles a 56% chance to win this game and stop the three-peat.
I'm looking forward to this. It's always a fun time.
Yes, it is. So to the Pro Bowl we go. Scott Van Pelt joining us from Orlando. What's up, Scotty?
Anna Jay, how are you here in Camping World Stadium in Orlando? We've all been doing a little bit of the park tours, so we're a little bit worn out, but we're excited to talk about what's going on today. We have 4 skills competitions. We have the 7-on-7 flag game, which continues, which started on Thursday night. Baker Mayfield will be here on set. We'll talk with him. Pro Bowler once again. Another good year for Tampa. Led the NFC in touchdown passes, by the way. We'll go behind the scenes with Peyton and Eli, that very spirited competition among the Manning brothers as they are the head coaches once again. And we'll talk naturally about the Super Bowl as well. So it's the fellas from Monday Night Countdown here on a Sunday at the Pro Bowl as we have this postseason countdown underway. We look forward to seeing y'all at the top of the hour.
Will do. All right. Sounds fun. I love this day. It's fun, right?
Well, let's get some details about it today on ESPN and ABC, the final 4 events of the Pro Bowl.
Để bắt đầu vào làm thì ở đây mình đã chuẩn bị những nguyên liệu và dụng cụ như sau này. Về dụng cụ thì ở đây mình có một cây bút màu nước, một cây bút